Well, I'm unmuted and I think that we're going live, but it says start my video. So I don't know. I'm just starting. Here it is. Great.
Yeah. Good morning.
It's beautiful. Good morning, Thomas. Oh, this is so cool. Thomas is in South Dakota in Sioux Falls, beautiful Sioux Falls. I'm hanging out. Oh man, you're outside because you got a couple hours on me. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, garbage trucks are going by right now, making their rounds, and
Garbage trucks are going by now?
Oh yeah.
Heck, we do ours like 5 a.m. We get up and work early in Oregon.
Well, you know, we run different times out here. We're a farming community. I don't know.
You truly are. Okay, so I am just making sure that things are going live. We also have, our first shout out for today is simply Ben Clifton, because Ben is working like a wild man in another office trying to get things figured out for us so that we can do this. And this is a learning experience. So we are just learning and trying to figure it out. So
lifelong learners, never stop learning. That's what they say.
Never stop learning. And I think there's quite a delay, by the way. I think there's like 2 minutes delay, I think. Now, I'm not sure. I think there's that much delay, but no, we're on. It's on. It's going on Facebook Live. I'm seeing it out there. So, okay. Very cool. All right. Well, hey, the idea is to welcome other people into this encounter, into this experience. We don't know what we're doing. So it's fantastic. It's great. But I thought, hey, if I wanted to do something to where I wanted to shout out encouragement to the universe, all right, and try and foster that, who else am I going to ask that has no clue what we're doing than my friend Tom Henderson? I mean, that is encouraging. That is encouraging.
And if that's not a vote of confidence or a statement of affirmation, I don't know what is. I mean,
well, no, just both two clueless people. You know, Chesterton said, G.K. Chesterton said if anything's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly.
Yeah.
And, you know, and obviously what he meant by that is like, hey, professionals can't do everything. They can't raise our kids. They can't do it. We don't know what we're doing. I mean, did I get my babies and go, wow, I'm an amazing dad? No. I thought, what am I doing? But fortunately, we have amazing kids. And we're just
the hard part is like, how do you balance Chesterton with like what my grandfather Carl Ruby once said, who always said, I mean, that guy had nuggets. I mean, that guy had like nuggets of wisdom all the time that he was sharing.
Thank you for sharing what you meant by that.
But he always said, Tom, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so then I'm like, okay, so how do I balance that with Chesterton? I don't know. I mean,
we can plan. We plan to be here. We got to.
Yeah, we did.
Ben's in there right now doing the thing. People are, planning. We hope people will plan with some regularity to actually be here Mondays, with us, because we're going to try to do it Monday. I haven't asked, by the way, are you going to do this every Monday with me?
Hey, you know what? I look. You know what? Do any of us? Scripture says
it's Corona time.
It's going to happen tomorrow, right? I mean, that's what Scripture says. But I think I'm free next Monday. So
yeah, and the Scripture also said, Jesus said, "Don't worry, because tomorrow has plenty of troubles for itself."
Okay, so that's right.
Yeah. So you think this week's bad? Just wait till next Monday. It's gonna be terrible.
I got confused because when he said, "Don't worry," I went to what Bobby McFerrin said, "Don't worry, be happy," and then. But I was like, that is a little different than Jesus. But I mean, Jesus wants us to be happy too.
You know what? I appreciate the fact that you've clarified the difference in that quote right now, Bobby McFerrin. Okay, I've got too many gadgets going here. I'm trying.
So let's talk about this whole Shout Out Monday idea. And I mean, when you told me about it last week, John, I said, hey, I love it because there's nothing that is like music to our ears, sweetness to our soul, than affirmation, than getting a shout out. I'm such a believer of that, John, that I actually got my special mug that Laura gave me one day. I was complaining about my receding hairline, just getting older and stuff. And so she went and got me this mug that I thought was very apropos to today.
Wow.
And it's
it's early to use apropos.
It's my morning handsome mug. Mm-hmm. Look at that. So whenever I'm feeling bad, I just have a cup of coffee and I'm like, you know what? I'm handsome.
Yeah, actually, she was just trying to humble you by giving you the morning handsome, because you're so handsome all the time. She's like, hey, just in the morning. That's the only
time. Just in the morning, buddy.
Just in the morning, honey. Morning affirmation. Wow. Well, okay. So affirmation, that's really what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to bridge the digital divide around Eternal Impact. So is it ResGen. Tom is runs a ministry called ResGen, which you want to connect with, Restoration Generation, out of Sioux Falls. But the reality is that we need, during this time, everyone's struggling. I mean, they're having a hard time. They're wrestling with, being positive, quite honestly. And the whole term attitude of gratitude is kind of cheesy, but it's the idea of, man, there really is something about affirming someone. I was in a men's group this morning, and earlier we were doing a Zoom meeting, and one of the guys, Sam, I don't even know Sam's on here. I really don't know how to check right now. I'm that much of a loser that I really don't know how to see like all the comments right now because we're doing it through Zoom. So I got to find a way to do it without the dopey video coming up. But either way, I'll get that figured out later. But Sam was talking, and he was sharing about his dad. He just was talking about how, and he encouraged him at such a level. And I thought, man, that's cool. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's doing a shout out right there in our small men's group. Mm-hmm. But the reality is that that's what we want to do now. And here's the idea that we had. The idea was, can you see my arm, by the way, swiping, trying to get rid of the stupid video over on the other side?
The hamsters that were keeping the video rolling, that wheel had stopped, so now you got to do it.
We don't have power here, so this is how I keep things going. It's exhausting.
You're in Oregon, you're churning butter at the same time. You're like,
look at me. I'm dressed as my PT. I'm in PT right now. Physical therapy that I got to do right after this. So I'm like, hey, I'm just starting. I'm just doing exercise. So. But no, the idea is this is different. So listen up, if you're out there in live land, or if you're getting it, because we understand from the algorithm that the mass majority of people are going to get this in an hour or 4 hours or tonight, whatever. And as you share it with someone else, then they're going to get it and they can pass on. But this is what Tom and we want you to do. Okay. We want you to do a video, get your device. Okay. Get your phone. All right. Or, your tablet. Look at these visual aids I have. Wow. Yeah. I can't run any of them. I cannot even see who's on the thing. And I've got devices everywhere.
You have all this tech. You know what I have next to me? I have like in emergency, break this for toilet paper, and it's ways that we tell kids, hey, what's 6 squares of Charmin worth to you? I mean, that's what I have next to me right now. I don't and why is this outside of the patio? I don't know. That is weird.
That's the part I was wondering. It's like, that's taken it to a new level. So spatial distancing. Well, there's the yard, but we do give you some Charmin squares. Okay. Far corner, please. All right. So, by the way, did you see that meme? It's an encouragement. The meme with the guy's house TP'd, and it says, someone TP'd my house last night. It's now worth $600,000. Yeah. That was pretty funny. All right. So anyway, as people are getting this, here's what we want to do. We want you to get your device. I want you to do a 10-second or less encouragement, okay? And a shout out to somebody. It could be, it could be anybody. And I'll give some examples of that. And Tom will do a practice. I'll do a practice. But in 10 seconds, you can just pick someone, and don't be generic. Like, I want to thank all my teachers, teachers, all the principals, all the doctors, all the nurses. No. Don't do some easy platitude of I'm going to thank all the leaders or whatever. But I want you to identify who is someone, a family member, a pastor, a spiritual discipler, an influencer in your life, a parent, doctor, teacher, anything. It could be anything. There's so many people that have influenced our life. It could be someone that's just a neighbor, a part of your life that's like, man, I just want to give a shout out to them. This is how they really blessed me. This is really how they encouraged me. And I just want to say thanks and encourage them back. It's just kind of like the modern day way of writing notes. I mean, I still carry cards and write notes, still do that. But this is a cool way to engage people in quarantine land so that as the corona fog has set in before it lifts fully, and maybe this is something we can continue because we kind of want to do it all the time. And so anyway, that's the idea. That's what we want to challenge people. So again, just directions. It's not that hard. And I shared this with a couple people, and they're like, well, you mean take a video? Like, you got to take it and post the video. It's like, yeah, it's not that hard. Do you not talk to people on the phone? And so you just take a video and say, for instance, I'm just throwing it out here. You could think, hey, I want to thank Dr. Albert Chi, who did my surgery and was so caring for me 2 years ago in the hospital, helped save my life. And I know he's out there serving and helping people right now. Thanks, Albert. Appreciate all you do. Done. 10 seconds. Done. They could do it. You could thank
tag him if he's on there.
Governor. What's the governor of South Dakota? What's her name again?
Kristi Noem.
You could thank Kristi Noem. Kristi Noem, thank you for opening back up the pork plant or whatever it is, the meat packing plant.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bacon will now be coming this summer, or whatever. Anything. It could be that.
John wants bacon. That's the point of this. John wants bacon.
This whole entire thing of Shout Out Monday
it's about bacon.
It's actually about bacon, and I thought I could disguise it a little. I thought I'd hide that a little bit. I kind of blew it, didn't I? That was my tell.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Sorry.
So John, let's just say somebody's not super comfortable, like with video, right? Because like there's you're putting yourself out there, and
they're a baby. They're a baby. That's what I'm saying. They're a thinking baby.
This is a show of affirmation. So what we want to do is obviously we'd love the video portion because there's that connection, right? There's that connection of eye contact with the video, and like so when you post that on this and you tag that person, hopefully they're on socials. If they're not, that's okay too. But if they're on socials, you're connected with them, you can tag that with the video, and then they'll be able to watch your video. There's that connection there. But if video's not a possibility, or maybe you just got to baby step your way. I think about the movie What About Bob? Remember that movie way back in the day of Bill Murray, and he's taking baby steps.
What About Bob into this? And that is a great movie. I'm gonna write that down.
It's baby steps to the elevator, baby steps to doing things that are a little bit out of your comfort zone. So maybe, a baby step is going to be, hey, I'm going to give this person some affirmation through a typed word and tag them in that, and then maybe move up to a video in the coming weeks as well. Right. We want to challenge people.
You're nice. You're right. I confess. You're right. That would be better than nothing. That is true. That would be true. No, you're right. No, that's good. That's fair. Baby step. I like it. It. Hey, because we don't even know if anyone's we may just be having coffee together.
Right.
We may just be doing this and realize, we may get notes and they say, you know what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like, and they'll probably won't be encouraging to us, but that's all right. They'll do a shout out that will discourage us. But, okay, to that end, I like that, Tom. That's good. But can we say that if you can, there's something about adding the visual medium,
100%.
And it's a good stretch for you. It's a good stretch for you to do it. And again, it's not 10 seconds. If you're not doing it live, in that way, we all do it. It's like, that was 18 seconds. I can say that faster, and you're taking 1 minute of your life. By the time you do it, post it. I know that because I practiced. Like, how much long does it take to do this? And then you do it. You do the shout out. And so anyway, that'll be cool. So I just love the idea of utilizing this time to encourage people in that way. That's all. So I could talk with you forever.
Okay. Let's get you give your first shout out, and then I'm going to give a shout out. Okay. So you give a shout out. I know you
did. I kind of gave a shout out.
You're Dr. Chi.
Yeah, Dr. Albert Chi. I could tag him and
okay. So you could do that. Okay.
Let's go. I got tons of them.
I know.
I suppose you could do a post-mortem shout out. I mean, seriously. I'm thinking. I was going through the thing, and it's really encouraging to the person you're wanting to encourage. But if you're just wanting to give thanks and that expression is all you can do, to just, I want to give thanks, and it's not the person that maybe it's my mom. My mom passed away 10 years ago, and if I wanted to say, man, this is what I really appreciate, you could do that. That's cool. It's still allowing you to express gratitude and thanks, but it's an extra gift if you can do that in a way that tags the person so that they too can be encouraged by receiving that affirmation.
Yeah.
But anyway, Cool.
No, that's
What
good.
about you? Give your shout out, because we're already over. I think we've been talking.
We're already. I know. I'm sure we are. But here's the deal. Okay, so I'm gonna give my first shout out to a guy that you know.
Okay.
His name is Chris May, who was my first lead pastor when I was 23 years old. As I moved from Sioux Falls, South Dakota to Oregon City, Oregon, where we first met each other. But Chris May gave me a shot as a youth pastor and was just such a great mentor to me, great pastor, great leader, walked beside me in ministry, let me make mistakes, let me encourage me along the way. And I wouldn't be where I am today in ministry as a dad, husband, all that kind of stuff without Chris May's leadership in my life. So shout out to Chris May. I know that was longer than 10 seconds.
Wow, that was way longer than 10 seconds. Oh my gosh, that was like
I'll send him a humbling message later. But
no, that was excellent though. What a great one too. Chris is, I don't even know if he's on. He's probably not on here now, but perfect. I mean, and Chris is a great brother. Matter of fact, yeah, I was going to use Chris. Thanks. You stole mine. Thanks. No, I wouldn't. But honestly, I have about 30 of them that I'm thinking of, and Chris is on that list. So what a great brother. He's pastoring in Salem right now. South Salem Church of the Nazarene, I believe is where he's at.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Anyway, he was a great pastor to me and friend. And and that's where Tom and I met. For those that don't know out there, Tom, we should have our own show. We just should have our own show. Let's pick topics and let's do this. We're hanging out anyway and drinking coffee. And I look like, I've got what shirt do I have on? I'll have my Reagan Bush shirt on.
Wow.
Reagan Bush, 86. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
So weird. I didn't mean to get political. Anyway, we'll have to talk about that. Maybe there's a way if we could get enough people to want to hang out with us and talk and would listen to us, we should have a show.
My patio would be really cold in January, but so we change the location.
We have different settings. We're mobile. So anyway, hey, great shout out to Chris May. I already gave one shout out to Albert G, so I won't take the time out. But man, I'm telling you, I was thinking just the exercise for me of just taking a few minutes and start going through. I got a little nervous when I first started. I'm like, okay, well, who am I going to shout? How? And then I let the exercise go on me. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a huge list of it. And it was all my other pastors that have been a part of my life. My 6th grade teacher. I don't even know where he's at, Mr. Woods. I wouldn't even know. I'm going to do a shout out to him, I think, and see if someone out there, would know Mr. Dan Woods. That's pretty cool. But I mean, all these people, it's like, my goodness, wherever they're at in life right now, whatever they're doing. And some of them we know we're friends that our wife or things that we're just so grateful for. But some of them, man, when we start the exercise, it's so good for us because it totally helps us you know what? Things might be rough, but I am super grateful for these people in my life. They've rocked my world at some level, even if it's 5 minures, and they just made my day. That's a cool thing. And people need affirmed.
And the reality is that those relationships, those people, those are all gifts from God. When we think about it, especially if they were only for maybe a short amount of time, that was a gift given by God for a certain season, for a certain time. It was a certain word that they shared that was very influential or beneficial. Maybe it would be, you hear those geese? Oh man, I love that. South Dakota geese. I think they're from South Dakota.
You can't give shit. Well, I guess you can.
But they're gifts. I mean, they're gifts from God. And when we look at people like that, that changes our perspective of people too, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we just look at other people as gifts to our lives. And I love that.
Yeah, very cool. Well, bro, I appreciate you. Shout out to Tom Henderson.
Yeah.
Appreciate a ton. You and Laura and
shout out
and Isaiah, and tell them all hi. And we're gonna log off from this first shout out Monday. But I want to encourage it. Those people that are on here, it takes all of us to be able to generate that, because Tom and I were just, we're taking an idea, we're prototyping it, and we're going to encourage people. And I know there's people already on here that have commented, and I think someone at the maybe someone put on there Oh man, someone is tagging Eternal Impact is tagging Chris May and Dr. Albert Chi and some others that are on there. And
Perfect.
yeah, Laura just did a shout out to her mentor, and Nathaniel Garrick, my nephew. He better get on there and give a shout out. Maybe to your uncle would be good.
Yeah. Dude, you can't ask for shout outs.
I'm asking today for a shout out, please. No, that's good. Okay, well, listen, really awesome to be hanging with you, bro. And we honestly, people comment if they land this. Now we've got, see, the thing is, you go too long and it's like 20 minutes. Now, I don't know if anyone will watch this. They're going 20 flipping minutes, you know. But at least if they get to the first 5, we did.
It's a work in progress, and it's been fun to hang with you, but it's fun to hang with those that have hung with us.
Yes,
and as they maybe jump on later, then they can join the conversation that way, and then we can maybe figure out a way to interact with the people a little bit more, even in coming weeks too. But anyway,
you know what? Let's bring Chris May and some others. Let's bring them on. Let's bring some shout out people that have been encouragement to us. Hey, we're just thinking about, we're making this up as we go, but that's cool. There's things we can do. We leverage this technology in order to just have fun and encourage people and be ambassadors of good news. So, all right. Well, listen, we're gonna hang up now.
Hang up.
We're gonna take off. But thanks everybody for hanging with us. And Tom, I'll tell you what, I've got Tom actually on another video thing right over here. So I'll chat with Tom as we hang up. But thanks everybody at Facebook Live Land. And how many friends do you have, Tom? Do you have 17 friends? How many friends do you have on Facebook?
Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I don't even know how many friends I have, but between us, we should have at least 20 friends.
Yeah,
want to do a shout out. I mean, and I don't know, there's got to be at least 20 friends. How many friends do I have?
Yeah.
Anyway, because we all know Facebook is the identifier of who are true friends.
All right, we got to get off this call. We got to get off this so the people want to watch it.
Okay. Hey, go do something else. But know that you're loved, and peace to everybody. I am leaving this meeting. See you, Tom.
See you next Monday.
All right. See you then, buddy.